In today's video, I want to talk about my project. Project is development of the advanced enzymes for health span and extension, life extension, or mostly for health extension. So it is a relatively long presentation, so I recommend to download presentation from the link in the description to the video, or if you have time, follow me. So, as mammals age, the extracellular matrix becomes chronically stiff in all tissues. This is caused by various mechanisms such as destruction of elastin fibers, the replacement of elastin with collagen fibers, and the cross-linking of proteins, and especially collagen fibers, by sugar molecules through a process called glycation. The consequences of extracellular matrix stiffening include loss of skin elasticity, wrinkles, sagging skin, hypertension, reduced lung capacity, nocturia, loss of muscular elasticity, chronic hypoxia, and oxidative stress in all tissues. The byproducts of glycation reaction are known as advanced glycation end products, AGE. Some AGE, advanced glycation end products, are short-lived. They cause chronic inflammation and disrupt cellular functions. Others are long-lived and accumulate gradually over time, altering tissue elasticity. Glycation of proteins and chronic extracellular matrix stiffening have been identified as the significant factors that limit lifespan. You can read publications of DeGray and Wood, 2014. This idea mostly came 8 years ago, and it is actually my opinion that it is one of the largest factors, the largest one, the most significant one. When this extracellular matrix stiffens, healthy cells convert into hyperactive senescent cells, and also referred as zombie cells, to facilitate faster wound healing. I was talking about this in my previous videos, that it is natural process. Senescent cells are doing good job when we for wound healing. But yeah, so this is some publications. I just refer to this. And this one also, you can click on in the presentation, download it as PDF. You can click on the link and you will get to these articles. And I recommend to read them because it's much more information than I present. Then zombie cells produce pro-inflammatory signal molecules called senescent associated secretory phenotype, SASP, which attracts macrophages and stem cells. Macrophages eliminate excessive zombie cells to complete the wound healing process. However, aging mammals experience chronic extracellular matrix stiffening, which impairs tissue permeability for macrophages and stem cells, so that then macrophages cannot eliminate the zombie cells. Zombie cells, this results in an increase of the number of senescent cells and the development of chronic inflammation. Again, you can read publication, and for more details, this is the publication. Interesting that these people actually used part of my all the presentations about zombie cells, and I just see one-to-one copy of my text to this article. But okay, it is okay. I mean, they didn't give me the link to my presentation, but okay, whatever. High level of blood glucose accelerates protein glycation and extracellular matrix, which affects diabetics more severely than healthy individuals. You can click on this link. It is 5 years old review articles. I recommend highly to read it. It's very, very good article. And calorie restriction can increase the lifespan of rodents by lowering blood sugar levels and slowing protein glycation. So it is even for short-living rodents, it works. But we have another mechanism. We have actually a little bit different accumulation of extracellular matrix stiffening, but yet it is important. Given that glucose and fructose play a significant role in glycation process, diet plays a critical role in both glycation and aging of tissues. For example, adopting dietary approaches like ketogenic-carnivore diet, which helps maintain lower blood glucose level, has shown promise in extending lifespan. It works for mice, but it certainly should work for humans too. So this is also very interesting article. I recommend to read it. It's about explanations that almost all aging symptoms are related to glycation. Certain medications and supplements can also have beneficial effect on aging and health by reducing blood glucose levels, increasing insulin sensitivity, and decreasing oxidative stress in tissues. These include metformin, berberine, chromium 3 supplements, ginger, cinnamon, oregano, rosemary, and cloves. These substances can inhibit the production of advanced glycation end products, particularly those induced by fructose. Fructose is much more dangerous than sucrose. Than glucose, pardon. Sucrose consists of fructose and glucose, but fructose is the dangerous part because it reacts with proteins much quicker than glucose. Since oxidation steps are crucially involved in the formation of many AGE, substances with oxidative, antioxidative, and or metal chelating properties may also have anti-glycation activities. Accordingly, an increasing list of natural antioxidants and chelating agents have been shown to exhibit the glycation inhibit the glycation of albumin in vitro. Okay, two publications. One is relatively recent, and again, very interesting information. So this is how we can get this glycation of albumin, and then AGE, advanced glycation end products, how it is related to diet and microbiota. Dietary IgE are formed when food is processed at high temperatures, such as during deep frying, broiling, roasting, and grilling. Several studies in animal models and humans have shown that restricting dietary advanced glycation end products have positive effects on wound healing, insulin resistance, and cardiovascular diseases. Recently, it has been reported that restricting dietary IgE intake can increase lifespan in animal models. Water-based cooking methods such as boiling and steaming produce much lower levels of advanced glycation end products. In addition, an acidic pH reduces the formation of AGE in food. I would also recommend a so-called technology of sous vide. Sous vide, it is cooking at reduced temperature in maybe temperature about 70-80 degrees centigrade. It takes longer, but much more vitamins, much more healthy food can be cooked by this method, sous vide technology. Okay, the potential role of dietary advanced glycation. So this is a very interesting publication, as I said, that how this AGE related to inflammation and by microbiota. Okay. Mitochondria are the powerhouses of the cell, producing ATP from oxygen and nutrients. ATP is energy molecules, as you know. However, mitochondria can also become damaged over time, leading to aging and cell death. One of the main causes of mitochondrial damage is the production of mitochondrial reactive oxygen species, which are harmful molecules that can oxidize proteins and lipids. Oxidized lipids, especially polyunsaturated fatty acids, can react with proteins to form lipofuscin, a byproduct that cannot be digested by lysosomes. Lipofuscin accumulates in long-lived cells, such as neurons, and impairing their function and causing liposomal dysfunction. Glutathione is a natural antioxidant that reduces mitochondrial reactive oxygen species level and detoxify oxidized lipids and proteins, thus preventing lipofuscin formation. So it is again about problems that as we are aging, we have the level of glutathione is reduced because a lot of oxidative stress we have in because of stiffening of blood vessels. Okay, here what reactive oxygen species can do to mitochondria. They create oxidative stress and damage and etc. etc. Consequences again quite disastrous. The glycation of collagen fibers in blood vessels leads to the stiffening, resulting in chronic hypoxia and increasing oxidative stress due to the production of mitochondrial reactive oxygen species in cells which are in the state of hypoxia. And mitochondrial reactive oxygen species attack the polyunsaturated fatty acid, as I said, in mitochondrial membrane. These phospholipids, if they contain this polyunsaturated fatty acid, they produce so-called advanced lipoxidation end products, LEE, and reactive aldehydes. And the long-living animals, such as snake, mole, rat, have mitochondrial membranes that predominantly contain monounsaturated and saturated fatty acids. In contrast, short-living mice have mitochondrial membranes with 10 times more polyunsaturated fatty acids, DHA. So this is a very interesting publication about snake, mole, rat. So again, that snake, mole, rat manage also just it does not, the aging is not take place in snake, mole, rats. Snake, mole, rats can live virtually forever, and if they die mostly from starvation or some injuries, etc., but not from aging. They don't have any aging, and think about why. So maybe we have to follow the snake, mole, rats and to change our diet and to change our lifestyle to get the infinite life span. Another consequence of lipid oxidation is atherosclerosis, a condition in which plaques composed of oxidized low-density lipoprotein cholesterol, this is so-called bad cholesterol, that if it is oxidized, then it accumulates somewhere, it is getting sticky, and then other substances that build up in the walls of arteries, big arteries especially, like aorta. Macrophages and leukocytes are immune cells that try to remove these plaques by engulfing them and transporting them to lysosomes. However, lysosomes are unable to digest oxidized polyunsaturated fatty acids and their derivatives, such as advanced lipoxidation end products and reactive aldehydes. They cannot do it. Then these undigested materials accumulate in lysosomes, causing macrophages to become senescent or turn into foam cells. Foam cells are bloated with lipid droplets and have a reduced ability to process cholesterol. This low-density lipoprotein, actually, which has name bad cholesterol, but it is actually low-density lipoprotein cholesterol, which has cholesterol but not much. So this problem is in polyunsaturated fatty acids in the low-density lipoprotein. So they also secrete inflammatory molecules, foam cells, that attract more immune cells and contribute to plaque growth. Okay, here's the schematical picture how these macrophages, they migrate inside this place where oxidized low-density lipoproteins accumulate. They try to eat it, but they cannot digest, and they turn to foam cells, and eventually they die, but they produce also a lot of signal molecules, and which attract more these monocytes, such as macrophages and leukocytes, and then it is again growing, and eventually people get thrombosis, and they may die. One positive way to prevent or treat these age-related conditions is to enhance liposomal function by introducing exogenous enzymes that can degrade the material that our natural enzymes cannot. So again, there are enzymes which can degrade this material. Our natural enzymes, which are produced by our body, cannot do it. So in particular, bacterial lipases and cholesterol esterases can hydrolyze the ester bonds of cholesterol and fatty acids in atherosclerotic plaques. So atherosclerotic plaques, they have a lot of esters of cholesterol and fatty acids. So then these enzymes can break it down, break it to pieces, and then it will be used as nutrients. So the size of the plaques will be reduced, and the transformation of macrophages into foam cells will be avoided such if we will supply some additional enzymes. The idea to use bacterial enzymes was proposed by Dr. De Grey in 2002, a long time ago, more than 20 years ago, as a part of his strategy to slow down or even reverse aging and age-related diseases. So there's two publications, De Grey here, you can click here, or next it is a larger article, 2005. Here the link is 2002, so it was well known, but till now almost no progress, very limited progress. So De Grey suggested that engineered versions of bacterial and fungal enzymes could be derived to the lysosomes of cells without affecting the rest of the cell. So again, there was publication and discussion about this. And a recent example of this approach is the use of enzyme producing Mycobacterium tuberculosis that can break down oxidized LDL-C, so-called bad cholesterol, low-density lipoprotein, in foam cells. This enzyme was tested in mouse model of late-stage cardiovascular disease and demonstrated a 48% reduction of lipid-based plaque in the aorta after a single treatment. Single treatment gave a huge reduction of these plaques. Again, you can read, it is not a scientific publication, it's just advertisement, but it is very interesting. This result demonstrates the potential of lysosomal enhancement as a novel therapy for atherosclerosis, and I tried to do it since maybe 2020. I had this idea long ago, but again, I'm not pioneer. I'm not the first who expressed this opinion, and De Grey proposed it in 2002. So this is again this publication. You can click on it and you will get to the advertisement. And my project aims to find bacterial enzymes that can efficiently degrade various types of waste inside and outside our cells. These wastes include cross-linked collagen in the extracellular matrix, especially blood vessels. And these advanced glycation end products, so inside and outside of the cells. So, lipofuscin, advanced lipooxidation end products, oxidized polyunsaturated fatty acids, oxidized lipoproteins, and more. However, one of the main challenges is that most bacteria cannot be cultured in the lab, in the petri dish. To solve this problem, I use bioreactors that simulate natural conditions, and I feed the microbes with substances that resemble the waste in our bodies. Another challenge is how to safely deliver the bacterial enzymes into our bodies. Injecting them into the bloodstream can cause serious side effects, while taking them orally can expose them to degradation by stomach acid and proteases. Proteases are enzymes which split proteins to amino acids. Okay, this is an example of my reactor. You see, it is very simple and very cheap, actually. It is in a larger box, so I close the cover, and it stays for long, up to 5 months, stays, and it works. It makes some rotation of the inside, and it keeps temperature about 36-38 degrees centigrade. So it works. So bacteria grow in this reactor, and they produce these enzymes. So, but it takes long. And especially, and again, you better avoid oxygen. So this is why I keep it in the larger box, and larger box is coated, is not allowing oxygen to get in, and so it again. But I have to maybe improve this technology further. But again, it works. And okay, let's talk about this. In Thailand, people often eat a spicy papaya salad called som tam to help with digestion. This salad usually contains lime or lemon juice, crushed chili peppers and garlic, and fermented fish pasta and green papaya. In rural areas, people eat it with sticky rice. The fish pasta is made by removing the heads of the fish and keeping the bodies, guts, and stomachs in a pot without air for at least 2 months. Fermentation process allows bacteria from fish intestine to grow and produce enzymes that break down collagen from scales and bones into soft porridge. Green papaya itself has a natural digestive enzyme called papain. This is a photo of this spicy papaya salad. So you see a lot of spices and enzyme, and this enzyme. So it is both, you need both. I will talk about this later. So you need, it's spicy, you need enzymes, and then it will work. Okay, similar bacterial enzymes that can degrade collagen in acidic environment are also found in so-called surströmming, traditional Swedish Scandinavian fermented herring. This dish is made by using just enough salt to prevent the fish from rotting, while letting it ferment without air access for at least 6 months. This results in a strong smell and in somewhat acidic taste for the fermented herring. I speculate that bacterial enzymes in the fish pasta may contribute to Thai women having very smooth skin with little or no skin care. So they look young even as they age. So you see these examples everywhere. Again, even farmers exposed to UV radiation, the skin is yet has not many, not damaged much. It is yet elastic. So nattokinase is an example of bacterial enzyme that works at normal or slightly alkaline conditions, pH. Yeah. However, a clinical trial, I didn't give this, sorry, I didn't give in this slide as a reference, but you can find it in the end of the presentation. But there was a clinical trial, somehow I didn't make the reference, but it didn't support the claims that oral intake of nattokinase may reduce thrombosis, atherosclerosis progression, and cognitive decline. Why? Because it works at normal and slightly acidic alkaline pH, so it cannot work in lysosomes. Bromelain and papain are another natural proteases that work at normal or slightly alkaline pH and can be used to tenderize red meat. But when taken orally, these proteases extend digestion of proteins in the small intestine and colon, leading to less toxins and ammonia produced by pathogens from rotten protein. So if elderly people, they have gastric juice of low acidity, they cannot digest proteins, and then this is again, this effect is especially beneficial for older people who often have impaired protein digestion due to lower acidity of their gastric juice. This is important. So you can, if you are in older age and if you are especially eat mixed food like carbohydrates with meat, then use these natural enzymes and then it will be better. You will feel better, you will see, but it is not getting to your blood. These enzymes cannot get to your blood. They work inside your intestine. This is how nattokinase produced. It's from soybeans, fermented soybeans. Okay, then next, bioavailability of enzymes, which refers to their transport across the gut's endothelium layer, can be improved by using bioenhancers. Bioenhancers are substances that cause short-term inflammation of the gut. Examples include various spices. Okay, various spices. Piperine is one of the most investigated, and piperone gumine Also, these substances are proven to do work as bioenhancers. Also, clove oil and cloves and quercetin. So I hypothesize that this inflammation activates macrophages in the intestinal tract, which capture large protein molecules and bacteria that pass through the gaps, and then the captured bacteria proteins are then transported, and proteins means enzymes, then transported to the macrophages lysosomes, enhancing their ability to eliminate waste. Over time, these macrophages, fortified by bacterial enzymes, can migrate through the body via lymphatic vessels. Okay, I want to show you again this papaya salad. A lot of spices, it is very spicy. These spices work like a bioenhancer. So you can add black pepper or white pepper or long Indian pepper that also even improve this biodigestion of the enzymes. So, okay, let's go. This is the long Indian pepper, and piperlongumine can be extracted from these spices. Okay, then to produce bacterial enzymes, I feed selected batches of nutrients to bacteria in a bioreactor. It takes about 2 to 5 months to get semi-products that can be further purified for consumption. So I don't purify it, but because I also think that, okay, purification may remove bacteria, so I believe that bacteria also would be beneficial, and so it is mixture of bacteria and together with enzymes, and I think it works better, but it can be purified and can be more concentrated, only enzymes. A part of this semi-product is used to seed the next batch of nutrients and bacteria. Yes, it is important. Once the reactor works, and I change the batch of nutrients, and then make seeding with bacteria, and they again grow. For example, regular oral intake of the remedy for curing atherosclerosis in doses 2 to 3 grams over 2 months led to significant reduction in my blood pressure from 120 to 80, which is considered normal, but is actually already stiffening of the blood vessels, to 90 to 55 millimeter of mercury, and my heart rate reduced also from 60 to about 50 beats per minute, sometimes below 50, sometimes a little bit up, but it depends how I measure it. If I am resting, at morning, it can be below 50. But again, it has to be combined with physical exercises. Okay, also it improved sleep quality, increased endurance, and enhanced cognitive abilities for sure. I don't suffer for any longer from amnesia. There was a problem a few years ago. There was a problem already with amnesia. Also, I expect reduction in fat deposits in my thymus and bone marrow, but I cannot measure it. I just think that it works. But okay, I don't have money to measure these effects. Hopefully, I will get some support and I can measure it. So this is how my these enzymes look like. They are in capsules, and one capsule is about half gram, and 2, 3, 4, up to 4 capsules a day. Keeps me, much better. But also what is interesting, I will talk in the next slide. Okay, this is the result of measurements. So it depends, if I'm a little bit excited, then upper systolic pressure goes up to 100, and but the diastolic pressure keeps almost the same, little bit up. But if I am if I am in rest like morning, then this is the result, 88 to 51, and 52, even 46 beats per minute can be. Okay, during my research, 2 volunteers who had hypertension asked me for the remedy. After getting the informed consent and giving them instructions for supervised usage under local doctor guidance, it is important that, again, I cannot afford it. I make experiment on myself, but without involvement of the doctor, local physician. But it has to be done, and I highly recommend to do any such treatments under guidance of local physician. So, and these people reported a drastic reduction in blood pressure to about 110 to 65, and the heartbeat rate 62 after 2 months of oral intake of the remedy in amounts ranging from 1 to 2 grams per day. 4 months after stopping the course, the blood pressure slowly increased to 120 to 80, which is normal, considered normal for their age, but not any longer hypertension. So I also have such experience. If I stop using my supplements, then blood pressure slowly rising up and gets to a limit of 120 to 80. So it's good for business, again, that I have to keep these remedies, these enzymes every day. I take every day these remedies, but okay, no problem. Therefore, to keep blood pressure low, it is necessary to use the remedy without without stopping, without sorry about this, not interpretation, without interaction. Also in smaller doses. Okay, due to the ethical responsibility of conducting experiments involving human participants, I stopped these experiments again. I don't want to take any responsibility. I'm not medical professional. I can do any experiments on myself, and it works. It works, amazingly works, but okay. So for a year, I only used the remedy for personal rejuvenation, varying the doses and conditions of intake. Fortunately, I didn't observe any side effects. However, clinical trials are essential for the use of similar remedies in medical care and also supervision of the local physicians. But again, I don't have money, I don't have support of this project, and this is how it works, only for me. Therefore, I am actively looking for grants to conduct extended trials and monitor the health of participants. If the trials would be successful, I believe the method for production of remedy for atherosclerosis could be patented. Again, I would remind that atherosclerosis is the main cause of death in the developed countries. If this will be eliminated, yeah, people will live much, much longer, up to 120, maybe 150. Minimum, and they will be strong and healthy and full of energy. Okay. So next, I started to produce another remedy aimed to breaking down cross-linked collagen and improving organ elasticity. The bioreactor design is the same, but the food composition of these nutrients for bacteria was different. Okay, you supply some collagen and it will work. It will work for other bacteria. I kept a slightly acidic environment in the reactor, similar to the production process to the atherosclerosis remedy. In addition, I found that using mixed batches of bacterial food, it is possible to generate a set of bacterial enzymes which were active both lowering blood pressure and reducing organ stiffness. Optimal results in reduction of stiffness of blood vessels in inner organs can be attained in a relatively short time, again, like 2-3 months. While skin rejuvenation unfortunately requires topical treatment and a much longer time. It's because blood circulation in skin is slow and the enzymes cannot work properly in the skin. But I hope it will work. And I see some, I don't present it here, but for example, my brows are getting darker. So it is, I'm returning natural color of the hairs. Hairs maybe a little bit, but okay, it takes much longer, unfortunately. The aging process often leads to the stiffening of lungs, resulting to a decrease in vital lung capacity. So if I use these enzymes which can break stiffening of collagen, then I will see the result. So again, regular intake of remedy containing bacterial enzymes which are proteases working at acidic environment. They led to a significant increase in my vital lung capacity to 5.3 liters compared to the average vital lung capacity of 3.6 liters for males of my age and body shape and body height. Although it is still lower than my vital lung capacity at 18 years old, it was more than 6 liters. It is increasing in time instead of decreasing. Skin rejuvenation, as I said, on the other hand, will take longer due to slow blood circulation in the skin. A site of skin rejuvenation, yes, as I said, may be also returned of natural color to my gray hair. And I noticed that my eyebrows are darkening even without topical application of the remedy. But however, a proper protocol for rejuvenation of skin must be developed and implemented. So you see the reason why we have lung volume capacity is changing with age. So the maximum volume of lungs, it is steady. So because the ribs case is not changing. The volume which lungs have in our body is not changing. But due to stiffening of the lungs, this residual volume is increasing, so that only this interval of the vital lung capacity is shrinking. Yeah, you see here how it goes. In women, it also goes so with age. But in me, it is already growing. It was going down, go up. While bacterial enzymes are crucial for radical health span extension, a healthy lifestyle that includes proper diet, physical activity, deep sleep, and supplements is still a necessary part of my rejuvenation program. The importance of the healthy lifestyle for extending health span is widely recognized by medical professionals, so my specific contribution in this area are limited, as I just follow known recommendations, maybe in some variations, but I didn't invent anything here. Only I would say, okay, it's necessary to use some supplements. Regular visits to saunas would improve blood circulation in the skin and may speed up the rejuvenation process even without topical treatment. It's about the skin and hair. I still plan to explore topical treatments, saunas, and more efficient enzymes to improve skin elasticity in future because, again, inside I'm full of energy. I feel great. I swim and endurance is going up. I am so happy with the result. But unfortunately, skin is slowly getting better. I can compare myself photos 2 years ago, and now I see the improvement. But I would love to have it in a short while, and then it will be my market price for these remedies or these treatments would be much higher because quite many older women want to have elastic skin. They want to remove this gray hair. They want to be looking young. Okay, this is much great market, but I am not yet cannot demonstrate yet quick improvement. Inside, yes, lung capacity grows, blood pressure absolutely fine, and endurance also. But with the skin, I need sauna. Minimum, I need sauna and topical treatment. The growing interest in the addressing age-related degeneration of the body stems from the alarming decline in the health of older individuals in developed nations and decrease in life expectancy without disability. Again, what is interesting, in the United Kingdom, for example, over 3/4 of older people already experience some form of disability by the age of 68. This is the age of retirement. In the United States, healthcare spending has surpassed 17% of GDP. 17%. Can you imagine 17%? It is huge, and it is growing. So it is more than it's almost 10,000 American dollars per capita per year, while with these individuals over 65 accounting more than 36% of this cost. Cost is rising up because, again, to keep the older individuals from these disabilities, it takes more and more money. Global healthcare spending constitutes about 10% of global GDP, which is also huge. And in New Zealand, for example, the average public health expenditure per person above the age of 65 is 5 times higher than that for individuals under 65. You can imagine that the impact of my project, if these enzymes will come to the public use and it will be supported, then we will see cut of this healthcare cost. Okay, moreover, global proportion of elderly individuals is on the rise, especially in countries like Japan and China. So it is very critical situation, I believe. So currently, I can focus on extending of the human health span in developed countries, enabling individuals to lead healthy and productive lives without the burden of age-related disabilities. The potential benefits of extending the health span are significant and should not be overlooked. I'm struggling to get support, but yeah, I cannot get more money, sorry. Again, so if you want to support me, okay, you can contact me and I will try to send these enzymes personally, but again, mind that I'm not a physician, I'm not medical professional, it has to be done under control of these medical professionals. It's better if I will get fund, if I will make medical trials, and then if these substances will go to the use, if some pharmaceutical companies will support me, yeah, it would be huge business. Okay, then by supporting my project, as I said, governments can in future reduce healthcare expenditures for retired individuals and alleviate the tax burden on the younger generation who contribute to the well-being of the elderly. It is important to acknowledge also notable decline in fertility rates within developed countries, leading to a larger proportion of the population entering retirement. We see this not pyramid, but it's the fewer and fewer young people and more old people, and the old people, retired people, are just getting the retirement pension and they don't work. So what we can do with an extended health span, the retirement age can be postponed, maybe like to 100 years. Then addressing the challenges associated with aging population. Again, if people are full of energy, like I am officially retired, but I'm full of energy, I work, I do this or that, and I produce these enzymes, I keep bees, and a lot of things. Okay, public funding support for my project would help to prevent social inequality, ensuring that not only the wealthy and powerful can afford expensive private health care, thereby ensuring equal access for all. Some treatments already available, some treatments which I use now, they are available in public, but extremely high cost. I will not talk much about this, but I use a little bit, of course, similar but approach, but much smaller cost. Yeah, but again, if somebody interested, we can talk. But again, the question is medical, the certified, the supervision by certified medical professionals. I cannot do any such business without official legal support of my project. Sorry, guys. It will be not supported, only rich people, only wealthy people can afford it, and they will have better health, and they will live longer. But okay, if you are not from the super rich, then okay, sorry about this then. Okay, so it is evident that more resources invested in the projects like mine, the quicker the development and wider availability of these technologies will be across all social strata. I try to make it available for all people, for all humanity, to change, to make revolution in the healthcare. It would be a revolution, guys. But I don't have money at all. For a year, I was working as a teacher of science and English in Bangkok. I was not able to contribute much to my projects. So if it is not supported, yeah, I'm sorry about you. I'm fine. I see rejuvenation of my body. I will live much longer, most probably, and my health is so much better than of people who of my age. Sometimes I see some people of exactly my age. I'm 66 years old. And I see these people, my God, they have diabetes, they have cataract, they cannot work because muscles already cannot work properly. They're getting tired so quick. What to do? And I cannot help them. Or if I try to talk with them, they believe that I'm kind of spammer or whatever. They don't trust me. Okay, it's not my business again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about your health, but without making it legal, without public support, then it will just impossible to help you. Okay, so this is all these references you can find. You can click on the references and see. This I was not not in the presentation, so you can see this medical clinical trials which show that normal natural enzymes, proteases, which work at alkaline conditions, they don't work. They don't work. They improve digestion. They help health, but you cannot use them for atherosclerosis. No way. Only enzymes which work at acidic environment in the lysosomes. Then these enzymes will work. But again, its idea is simple. Just use bacteria to produce enzymes, and then I use supplementation with these enzymes, and it works. I believe it works. I see it works. Okay, again, I'm not much a pioneer in this because, again, it was done, it was proposed 2002. Until now, very little progress, very little. We have this, where it is, yeah, here, advertisement. They advertise the trial with mouse study. It worked for mouse, for mice, for rodents it worked. But again, can we use it for humans? Good question, good question. Also, they use the same idea. Bacteria, they use bacteria, some kind of bacteria, which produces, which can produce enzymes, and these enzymes are split in esters of cholesterol with fatty acids, and then the plaque will be reduced much. Okay, this I do the same. I do the same, but just with my technology, which is much cheaper. Okay, that's all. That's all, and thank you for taking time to watch this long video. And please comment, subscribe, ask a question, and share information, and click on the bell icon in the video, so maybe my videos will get more attention, and maybe some wealthy people want to support my research. Yeah, maybe. Okay. Have a wonderful day. Ciao, ciao.